Thoughts on smartwatches? I have a funny story about that where it was at Twitch, I think. I've always been not a smartwatch kind of guy. I like real watches. I think real watches are swag. I think they're like one of the only cool accessories men have in my mind. And so I like it. I like dumb watches. And so I wear them. But I remember I was having this conversation at lunch. This is after I left Twitch. I came back to Twitch to do a shoot or something. It was some video shoot, but I didn't work there anymore. And I was hanging out with like DJ Wheat and Anna Pross or whatever, and we were talking, and I was like, yeah, I think smartwatches fucking blow. I don't know, I was just being myself, a little, candid. I was like, yeah, fucking smartwatches, I think they're lame as hell. And then Anna, who agrees with me, we were agreeing. We were just like, yeah, you know what, they kind of suck. And then the guy next to me was like the fucking, he was like the producer or something. I never met him. And he was sitting there with his brand new Apple Watch. And I didn't see it the whole time. And we were all eating together and he's just quiet eating. And I'm just like, dude, I think they're fucking dumb. I'm like, why the fuck? It's like a big ass waste of money. And they don't even look that cool. and then he finally noticed it. I don't know, remember who notices it. And then he's like, well, fuck me, I guess. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm just being, exaggerative, for the effect of conversation. I didn't mean it. Big A, look up Ganance. My college roommate made a startup to turn dumb watches smart, and he called it Ganance. Can I offer him some free marketing help? Okay. I mean, this is an ad, but this is kind of cool, I guess. It kind of adds modern health tech to your traditional watch. Oh, I see. I see what it is. Okay, so it's this. I'm gonna show you, whatever. Fucking free ad. They add a little thing to the back of your watch that tracks your heart rate and shit, and then you could sync it to your phone. So the watch doesn't look any different, which is kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I mean, I use a Fitbit for tracking steps, and then I wear a watch when I go to things, and this would allow me to mix the two, I guess, but it's not a huge problem for me. I don't think I would do this, and I'm like the ideal customer, so I'd be worried about the long-term viability of this business, but it is a cool idea. Pay $150 to have a company tracking you, yay. You're more worried about this guy tracking you than fucking Apple or Zuckerberg, or they're all tracking you, bro. It's not, you have a phone, okay? Someone's gonna track you. Reminds me of that root beer float on Shark Tank. In what way does a fucking dumb watch being converted to a smartwatch remind you of a root beer float on Shark Tank? In what connection do you possibly have between those two products? Extremely disparate products. Goes on wrist. I'm buying a flip phone from an excavator company because I don't want to be addicted to talk. You're doing the Kendrick Lamar? You're buying a fucking flip phone? I hear the benefits, right? Oh, there's no algorithm addicting you, but like smartphones are useful. Sending an email from your phone is useful. Checking the internet is useful. I just don't think it's that. I feel like you lose more than you gain. I feel like we need to curb some of the excesses of algorithmic phones in our hands, but not lose the technology advancement. Exercise self-control, maybe. Actually, I think that's a cop-out. People that say that are kind of bullshit. Boo! Bullshit! I think, let's say, for example, you're a person that likes candy. If you put a gigantic fucking box of candy in your house, like right next to your food or something, you're gonna eat more candy. And you can be like, just exercise self-control. Just use self-control. But it's like, what you really should do is just remove that thing, so you're not constantly being forced to have that. You know what I'm saying? That it's just smart to set up your environment so that your brain is not in a constant war. And it's not a self-control thing. It's like just smart. Or have so much candy you start to hate it. Okay. I guess you could do the smoke a pack until you vomit kind of thing. What if you work in a candy store? Well, I guess you get fired. If you are unable to stop yourself from stealing the candy, you get fired. Hey, Truck, I got a job interview for a laser company, and they seemed on the fence about me until I started talking about Marketing Monday. How did that come up? How did Marketing Monday come up in your job interview? And you got the job? It's because we use lasers to manufacture stuff, so China somehow came up. I was talking about the Apple stuff to India and such. Oh! So you seemed informed on some global events about supply chain because of what you'd seen in Marketing Monday, and all of a sudden, bada bing, bada boom, they said this guy's nice. Very clutch. Good job. Little things like that do go a long way in interviews. Just like little things that show you care about the industry or the job a little bit more than just like, you know, I feel this is a place that would give me a paycheck. It's cool. That being said, yeah, I do like, is it cash or check that you're going to pay me in? How are you going to send your paycheck cut to me? Because I got you the job. So do you want to do direct deposit monthly, or how do we figure this out? Free lasers. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, that's a deal. If I ever need free lasers, you have to give me some. I'm not going to ask for anything right now, but if for whatever reason later on I need lasers, maybe if my good friend Dr. Carbonation needs lasers for any nefarious plots. What's the best way to give the most amount of money to my favorite companies? What's the best way for you to give the most amount of money? Just donate it to them. Just send it to them. A check. Direct cash deposit. Don't buy things. Buying things means they still have to pay some portion of that money as cost of goods sold to produce the product you bought. Like if you want to give your money to Hyundai, the worst thing you do is buy a car. Not the worst thing they could do. but like they don't want that. They want the money directly. 100% margin. Can you write me a letter of recommendation for my biology PhD application? Dear Harvard University, I respectfully ask you to consider Professor Poogle for your PhD program in biology. He is a 3-month subscriber to my esteemed Twitch channel, so you know he's got the smarts like that. Also, he writes insightful and witty messages like Coffee Cow looking for his beer bowl. So you know he can really break down complicated concepts at Harvard. Thank you. Howdy, Atroc. First time viewer here, long time listener. When you have kids, should we call them the Calves or the Little Smokies? Neither. If Ari and I think we will, have children, you will not refer to them at all. Or I don't even know if we'll have children. Child, maybe. 2 kids? How about young pup? I'm not asking for suggestions. When I said that right now, I said don't refer to them at all. Did you think I said, okay, that's a good idea, but let's get some more ideas from the chat? Do you think that's, I didn't say that. I didn't ask you, I didn't say, okay, let's get a brainstorm session going. Let's get everybody to contribute. I said, let's cut this off. Will you use your children for content? I, like any good American, will try to get my child to start a toy reviewing channel because there's a lot of good money in that. If that doesn't take off, then no, they're fine. But if that does take off, they are strapped in front of the camera for their entire childhood, pumping out toy reviews, so I can make fat cash. Lil A's Toying Tuesday. Will your child be our sibling or our cousin? I don't get it. They'll somehow be older than you in school is what they'll be. Okay. Will your offspring have hair? Gotta be Ari's hair, right? Well, I would hope that my children have Ari's hair because she's got really great hair. But I also have hair. Right? So it's not either way, whatever combination they get, they're gonna have hair.